music.
Yeah, like the entire hippie movement was all like this orchestrated psyop to like get these rich kids to think they're participating in this like anti-society free love movement when it was literally just like a thing to make them stall any actual real progress that's being made. Like
That's so funny.
it's interesting. I made this video about Marina Abramovic. I had a video about her doing her spirit cooking and like her associations with Lady Gaga. And I didn't. I make sure to never make a moralistic statement on anybody to say like this person's a bad Satanist or this person is. I don't do that. I just say like, isn't this kind of weird that this person has cakes that are shaped like bodies and they're cutting them up and eating them or whatever. And but this video I particularly had a lot of backlash. So I saw this video of Marina, and at the 2024 Glastonbury Music Festival, she went out and she did a performance art piece where she spoke into the mic and told everybody to stand in silence and meditate on peace for 7 minutes. And she's wearing this big white flowing gown, and she like spreads her arms, and the gown is that of a big peace sign. And so I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of cool. I might have been wrong. Like, I made this video that was like kind of, pretty harsh on her, I guess. And maybe I should make a video saying like, hey, I made this video and who am I to judge? This is actually a good action that she did, because I always try to, if I say get something wrong, I try to fix it
I
and
love
like let
that.
it.
I love doing that too.
Yeah, I don't want people to like, I don't want to like spread any intentional like misinformation, So I was gonna make this video like, hey, this is actually kind of a cool thing she did, whatever. Good people can do bad things and vice versa. And then I remembered what the peace sign actually was. And the peace sign is an inverted Nordic rune for, so the rune for life and peace, and is actually inverted and turned upside down into this rune that means death and war. And during
Dude,
like
that
they,
is insane, bro. They inverted that shit.
yeah, they took this symbol that meant life and peace and flipped it upside down. And when you flip it upside down, it means the opposite, obviously. And they actually had a meeting about it in 1970 where they were talking about like what the symbol meant, and they're like, it's the nuclear disarmament symbol that we created, and it's this derivation of nuclear arms symbol. And someone actually stood up and was like, oh, it's actually, do you know that in Nordic runes this actually means war? Do you know that? And they said, oh, we see no connection. And then they ended the meeting entirely. They like completely stopped the meeting.
That reminds me of, what the powers that be did with the Hindu symbol for peace. It's the swastika. And you can actually go and find the swastika in old synagogues. Uh,
Yeah, and that's like one thing I try to let like people know who watch my videos is like, people are like, why would they? Well, if it's the peace sign, who cares? Because everyone knows it's the peace sign now. It's like, no, they get off on like these inversions and tricking you. It's like Lucifer and the devil is like a deceiver. Like that's like the whole thing. It's not what it means now. It's what it actually has meant for thousands of years, and the inversion of it, and the fact that you look like a moron throwing these signs and symbols up incorrectly. That's what they're getting off on that. Like that's where they're getting this power from, is that you don't know the actual truth.